Amanda Jones eased her blue Pontiac Sunfire into the parking lot of the Hillsborough Civic Center and sat for a moment, hands still on the wheel, trying to steady her breathing as the baby moved under her ribs. She was 8.5 months pregnant, overdue for rest, but she had agreed to meet the man she believed was the baby's father, and she wanted answers before her son arrived. The weight of the day pressed on her chest as she stepped out of the car, crossed the lot, and walked toward the building where she expected a difficult but necessary conversation. Sunday had started quietly. Amanda had gone to church that morning with her parents and her 8-year-old daughter. The routine grounded her. At 26, she was divorced, working full-time at Eagle Bank in Festus, and raising her little girl in Peverly. She had already chosen a name for the baby, Hayden Lucas, and had been preparing her home, her schedule, and her life for the arrival of a second child. Her family described her as steady, responsible, and deeply connected to her daughter. She checked in constantly. She didn't disappear without telling anyone. The pregnancy added another layer of concern. Amanda had a medical condition and relied on medication, something her family and investigators emphasized because it shaped how quickly alarm spread when she didn't return. She had told relatives she was going to meet the baby's alleged father, Brian Westfall, at the Civic Center. He worked there, and she had been trying to get clarity from him for months. She wanted him involved. He denied he was the father. Their meeting that afternoon was supposed to settle at least part of that dispute. Investigators later said Amanda arrived around 1 p.m. and spoke briefly with a relative at 1:15 p.m. while she stood with Westfall. That call became one of the last confirmed moments of her life. What happened after has never been fully reconstructed, but the man she met that day remained the last person known to have seen her. Sometime later that afternoon, around 5 p.m. in some reports, Amanda was last seen near the Civic Center parking lot. After that, her trail stopped. No witness saw her drive away. No one remembered another conversation, another errand, or another stop. She simply vanished. By nightfall, concern had stiffened into panic. Amanda's daughter was waiting for her at home. Dinner, bath time, and bedtime passed without a word from her mother. Calls went unanswered. Her family tried every number, every place she might have gone, every friend she might have seen. Nothing came back. Late that evening, her blue Pontiac was found in the Civic Center parking lot where she had left it. The doors were unlocked. Her purse was reported differently in various official summaries over the years, but investigators were consistent about 3 items that were missing: her keys, her wallet, and her cell phone. Those were the things she never went anywhere without. They were never recovered. For detectives, those missing items mattered more than competing descriptions of what was found. A woman 8.5 months pregnant did not walk into the August heat without her keys. She did not abandon her wallet. She did not turn off her phone and leave her daughter without a way to reach her. Whatever happened, it happened fast enough, and close enough, to strip those essentials away from her and leave no trace behind. In the early hours of the search, every detail mattered. Amanda had brown hair with blonde highlights, blue eyes, and stood about 5'8". She weighed roughly 215 to 225 pounds at the time and wore contact lenses. She had a dolphin tattoo on her left breast. That day, she had been wearing a pink sleeveless top, a pink and white flowered skirt, and pink sandals. The description was circulated to every patrol unit and posted in every surrounding jurisdiction. Officers combed the Civic Center grounds, nearby roads, wooded areas, and streams. Nothing surfaced. Family members repeated the same truth in every interview. Amanda was devoted to her daughter. She was preparing for the arrival of her son. She had been making baby plans, buying supplies, and talking endlessly about raising 2 children. The idea that she would walk away voluntarily didn't match her routines, her temperament, or her life. When investigators retraced her final hours, Their focus went back to the only person confirmed to have seen her that day. Westfall acknowledged meeting her, but denied being the father of her unborn child. He said he did not know what happened after she left. He offered no explanation for why her car remained at the Civic Center. He reported no argument, no incident, no reason for alarm. Authorities searched the Civic Center grounds more than once. They examined nearby properties, streams, wooded stretches, and fields. They followed leads from residents, drivers, and park visitors. Every tip was logged and checked. None of them brought Amanda home. As days passed, Amanda's parents made public pleas, describing her as responsible, caring, and attached to her daughter in a way that made a voluntary disappearance unthinkable. They reminded reporters and investigators that Amanda was days from giving birth. Her hospital bag was still at home. Baby supplies were still stacked in her room. Her daughter was waiting for her. And the son she had already named, Hayden, never took his first breath. Weeks turned into months. Each new search faded into the same silence. Without her phone, investigators had no tower hits to trace. Without a wallet or credit cards in circulation, they had no transactions to follow. Without keys or personal belongings left behind, they had no sign of a struggle or a sudden flight. What remained was a fixed sequence of facts. Amanda walked into a meeting. She was seen outside hours later. Her car was found abandoned that night. And from that point on, she and her unborn child vanished. As the years passed, law enforcement continued to list her as an endangered missing person. Her family kept her story in public view, repeating her description, the timeline, and the plea for information. Investigators emphasized the same points every time. Amanda never returned. Her keys, wallet, and phone were never recovered. She had no history of disappearing, and she was preparing for the birth of a child she wanted and loved. 2 lives vanished that day. Amanda's and her unborn son's. After the meeting at the Civic Center, there were no confirmed movements, no verified sightings, and no physical evidence that explained the final minutes she spent on that property. Her family still waits for the answers that never surfaced in 2005. Thank you for listening to The Lantern's Tale. Subscribe for more true stories, if you dare.